It shouldn't be a big game. It's not a big game. But for Tennessee and Josh Heupel getting his tenure started, for continuity and confidence sake, big game for Tennessee right out of the gate on Thursday night at home against lowly Bowling Green. They got to get healthy, and they will get healthy quick. And when I mean healthy, I don't mean in terms of injuries. I'm talking about psyche, talking about execution. Tennessee better hum in this game to be ready for an SEC schedule and gain some mojo. And this is the opponent to do it against. They've only played once in their history. That was in 2015. Tennessee won it 59-30. A guy by the name of Alvin Kamara ran for 144 yards. Jalen Hurd, he wasn't too bad either. 123. Josh Dobbs threw for 2 touchdowns. And yes, Tennessee fans, I know I'm depressing you because even though that 2015 team wasn't that great, they had those back-to-back 9-4 years, which they won bowl games under Butch Jones, and that seemed like, well, they need to do more. They need to push past this. Wouldn't that be nice today? It wasn't so bad, was it? Bowling Green coming off 0-5, 3-9 2 years ago. So head coach Scott Loeffler, known for offense, has yet to bring it to the Buckeye State at Bowling Green State. His quarterback, Matt McDonald's, throwing up completion percentage and TD to pick ratios like it's 1973. 44%, 1 TD and 6 picks in that 0-5 season. Bowling Green scored 11 points per game. Again, it sounds like 1973 or maybe 1921. 326 yards per game. All right, let's look at the matchup coming up and more so, of course, on the Tennessee side right here at the Voice of College Football, SEC. So before we continue, please like the video, share the videos out on social media. You like the content, you enjoy the content, even if you don't agree with me all the time. If you enjoy what we do every day, bringing SEC content to you, then please smash the like button and share the videos out on social media to help us build the channel. We want to keep this thing going. All right, let's look at the defense for Tennessee. First, defensive coordinator Tim Banks comes in from Penn State. He was there for 5 years as the safeties coach, and they should get off to an amazing start under Tim Banks. They should be throwing this offense behind the line of scrimmage all night in this one. The defense in 2020 obviously was put in a bad position most of the time by the offense. The offense was so bad. So the numbers, again, have to be considered against what the offense did to the defense in terms of field position, possessions, and time of possession. Getting off the field, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Defense in a bad spot, giving up 30 points per game, 407 yards per game. The transfer portal giveth and it taketh away, but in terms of talent, it definitely took away. Wow. Henry To'oTo'o may be the number 1 player in the transfer portal off to Alabama. That hurts, and especially they're going to have to see him on the field against the Tide, of course. He was the leading tackler, and his worth goes way beyond stats. Kavaris Crouch, he's off to Michigan State, so he's gone as well. He was the 3rd leading tackler. DeAndre Johnson, tied for the team lead in sacks, gone to Miami. Okay, they did pick up, they got Matthew Butler. He's still there. 43 tackles for a defensive lineman in a short season. Very productive player. It's really time for Elijah Simmons and Aubrey Solomon, a couple guys that were much heralded at one point, to step up in their final seasons for this defensive front. Okay, the secondary is the best part of the team, I would say, both sides of the ball, especially considering the defections from 2020. Alontae Taylor, tremendous cornerback, safeties. You got Trayvon Flowers and Jalen McCullough. They racked up a ton of tackles, which isn't necessarily the best thing, but the safeties coming down, playing in the box, have to enforce the run. And these guys, talking about Flowers and McCullough, definitely Flowers in particular did it, 62 tackles. To this Tennessee offense, this is going to be fascinating. Josh Heupel, with what he's got to work with at Tennessee versus the defenses he's going to play in the SEC. Let's see what this warp speed offense can do. Well, they got to pick out a quarterback. Tennessee's going to be in good shape if quarterbacks go down because they've got a lot of depth at the position, but nobody's really that good or proven to be at this point. Joe Milton comes in from Michigan. He looked amazing on opening night against Minnesota. He faltered quickly. Big arm, athletic, big body, looks the part, inconsistent, erratic, even going back to high school, 45% completion percentage. Okay. Harrison Bailey, impressive what he did down the stretch against SEC defenses. 14 for 21 against Florida, 14 of 18 against Vandy, 6 for 6 against A&M. Of course, they were getting blown out, but still, it was a fairly competitive game, and he threw 4 touchdowns and no picks in those games. Maybe an option there. Hendon Hooker, he's the most experienced and the most mobile with the combination of the experience. Of course, Milton's mobile, but Hendon Hooker's got 15 career rushing touchdowns, 22 TDs passing, 7 picks in his career, 63% completion percentage. So you would think that he's got the edge. Wow, look at these losses at running back. Ty Chandler goes to North Carolina and Eric Gray to Oklahoma. Wow. And their numbers don't justify how good they are, especially Eric Gray, because the defenses in the SEC could just gang up on the run. So you got Tyon Evans, a JUCO player, and you've got Jabari Small, who carried like 20 times the entire season last year, trying to make up for those losses, which, again, are enormous. Talk about losses across the board. Massive issues here along the offensive line that they took them years between Butch Jones and Jeremy Pruitt to finally build an offensive line, and now it's been pretty much trashed. Trey Smith off to the NFL, Wanye Morris to Oklahoma, and Jameer Johnson goes to Texas A&M. So Cade Mays, one of the best in the business. Legit All-American. Darnell Wright, from a talent perspective, is just as good. Receivers, Velus Jones, 22 catches, 3 touchdowns. He's coming back. Of course, they lost their 2 starting receivers in the NFL draft, but they've got 5 4-star prospects at wide receiver from the 2020 and 2021 classes ready to step up and show what they can do. The one guy that has shown something, that got a chance and delivered, so we know that he can play in this league, would be Jalen Hyatt, 20 catches, 2 touchdowns. Tennessee, it'll be fascinating under Josh Heupel, because if the offense isn't clicking, the defense is going to be extra bad because of the position put in by the offense, only running 17 seconds off the clock on 3 and outs. And the defense, by SEC standards, probably not going to be good. Tennessee, Bowling Green. Boy, the Vols need a boost. A 27-14 win is not going to get it here. They need to look good on opening Thursday night in Knoxville. Your thoughts about Tennessee down below? And please like, comment, share the videos on social media, and subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football, SEC.